You gotta pay attention.
I'm the host now. Now I'm the host. Before y'all all want percentages, now I'm the host.
See, there we go again, yo.
There we go. Y'all are nuts, man.
Back in the field, y'all.
Yo, relax, bro. See? Don't start this, bro. Don't start this. You really bugging right now. Cut me off, Jay. We about to get this rolling real quick.
Get it.
What's up, man? If y'all knew better, you do better, but you ain't doing better because you're here with us. It's the Deeper Than Rap podcast with myself, Kev Pua, Jay Santos, Pastor Josh Olivero, here to break down everything hip-hop. Kanye's Sunday service, we have some thoughts on that. Hip-hop's Forbes list, yup, opinions on that too. Tekashi snitching, you guessed it. We're talking about that too, man. And so here we are, Deeper Than Rap pod. As you guys can see, we got a relaunch going. We're going to keep going consistently. We're trying to give you our weekly episodes as we roll. Are we good?
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to give you weekly episodes as we roll out this whole thing now. Any word from you guys?
You see us moving up. We went from lesson plans on a backboard, basements. We got fireplaces now.
You heard?
We got fireplaces. We moved up.
Nah, absolutely.
Shout out to the ads.
Yo, we don't have no ads.
Yo, they kicked in. Know the revenue. The percentages kicked in.
The percent. Yo, fam, nah, man. So yeah, nah, we're at Pastor Josh Olivero's place. He provided a beautiful space for us. We have a beautiful mic set up. What's up, Josh? What's going on with you, brother?
Shout out to Spotify and them checks they cutting.
For real.
For the Oh, you ain't get yours?
No, not yet.
Shit, this fireplace ain't come from nowhere.
Yeah. I'm speaking it into existence. That's what I'm doing.
I feel you. Then let's keep it going.
That's what I'm doing.
Spotify checks, man.
I need some check to come. I need my hair transplant, fam.
See, now y'all over here talking about y'all desperate for cash. You know, if you desperate for cash, you know what happens, right? People act a whole lot different for that cash, man. Come on, let's keep it a stack. Our boy Danny Boy. For the check. For that check, that boy on the stand, man. Come on. That man decided to take a check for on his ascension from to stardom was linking up with some Bloods. Now, he linked up with the Bloods because he knew that was his formula, as he said. That was his formula. He said on the stand that that's his formula. I got the Bloods with me. We're going to start this up. And so that was his chase for cash. Now his ass is on the stand, bruh.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit.
What you mean you don't blame him?
Times is hard.
Listen. I already told you once, told you since I met you, told everybody. I tell people straight up, don't do nothing around me and we get caught because I'm singing. You don't gotta threaten me.
I hear you, but like, come on, man. You can't solicit gang members to give you street credibility, and then when that plan unfolds on you, now you folding over Gami.
Is it really folding though?
What? What you mean?
Talk about it.
Is it really folding?
What you mean? Is it really folding? Bro, you sent hits. He obviously said he sent hits. He wanted to get Chief Keef, all this other stuff, right? Did all this fly stuff, and then when it all went to shits, like you on that stand giving everybody name up.
But why did it go to shits?
Because they followed through with what he said.
Who?
The Bloods.
Okay.
What you mean? Okay, like.
Okay.
So you're gonna act like you ain't know what was going on?
Nope.
So
it's a super messy situation, right? Because now that everything's coming into the light, he was clearly the money man, which is what a lot of people were saying. They was just like, he's not a real gangster. He's just the guy who's bringing in the money to put money in gang members' pockets and then fund whatever illegal activities they were doing. There were a lot of people who were saying that before everything went down. Waka was one of those dudes. Chief Keef was one of those dudes, right? early on, Little Durk distanced himself after he did the FaceTime with Tekashi.
Okay.
That looked like a cosign, and then he was like, "Nah, I didn't know blood, right?" So, but a lot of people were saying that early on, and then when it blew up, and it's where we are right now. Now people are going, "Oh, okay, so he was just a money man." So now that that's clear, if the gang members now are saying he's not a gang member, he was just a money man, then is he still obligated to follow the rules? You get what I'm saying? Like, he was clearly propped up and he used the gang members to kind of further the overall plan. Is he still obligated to follow these street rules that he was never a part of? You know what I mean? So it's almost like, and I'm not trying to cap the streets or the culture, but the culture is literally saying he's not a real gang member because he snitched. And then in the same breath they're going, he's not a real gang member though. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, who is he then? Is he Tekashi or is he Danny? Like,
Industry plant.
Well, we could say that too.
And a federal
You
informant.
could say that too
From the beginning.
it
The
worked.
hip hop police.
Yeah. All right. So listen, bro. So I was watching the report, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they noted the fact that he said he snitched the next day. So that reporter that spoke on this said that they had spoken to legal counsel and asked, like, is that a thing? Like, just flipping over the next day that fast, is that normal?
Mm-hmm.
And the legal counsel said that's strange. That's very fast. His exact words were, that's pretty fast. Like from a lawyer to tell you that one day to the next is pretty fast. Like, I don't know how that works. I'm assuming there's a procedure to all these things. Mm-hmm. And so, like, if you were already giving your story or whatever it's called, your statement, next day, it arises the question of, was he always just,
Here to cause up stuff.
huh?
Here to cause up problems. Not really cause up problems, but
No,
yeah.
the question is, was he there like as a mole? Like
As a mole, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a question that arose.
I
Like,
don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's Danny. He got tired of. Go ahead.
so yeah, so all right, so it's just weird. The reason why I say it's weird is because we're saying he's just Danny, right? Now, don't get me wrong, the music that he made was dope, whatever the case may be, but it's weird because, all right, so you gained acceptance from Bloods, cool, that's fine. You had a pedo case or a sexual assault case, allegedly. Let me just be politically correct. You had a sexual assault case that disappeared rather quickly. You had a sexual assault case. Dang, there was something else I can't remember now, but whatever.
He had some legal problems.
Right, you had legal problems that went away pretty quick. Oh, that's what it was. You had legal problems that went away quickly, but also your ascension in music was rather fast. And if we're gonna be real, the people that was funding him was the son of the CEO of Universal Music Group.
Has that been proven?
Yes.
Yes. A fact.
That's some pretty higher up for you to be under, bro. So, like, come on, man. That's pretty weird, bro. Like, your ascension was pretty quick. You're connected with people from Universal Music Group, the CEO's son. Like, that's nuts. You over here talking about you with Bloods. You're pretty much, you do as you please, and nothing ever happens to you. And then all of a sudden you switch from one day to the next. Like, it seems pretty hot that you were.
I don't know, man.
You seem like an industry plant. You seem like you were put in there, bro.
Industry plan or like law enforcement plan?
Yes, just you within there. You was placed. You were placed by
plant.
somebody. Yeah, you were planted by somebody to infiltrate something.
So, probably my fault on not doing my homework, but I didn't know that. That's interesting. But what's also interesting is, as soon as you said that, you know who I thought of? Dame Dash. When he was saying that Leor Cohen was telling his artists at 300 to beef with each other, or that YouTube was paying people to beef with each other for the ratings or whatever. Was that Universal's ploy? You know what I mean? Was Universal going, we're going to give you money, recruit, whatever. This is going to be your marketing campaign.
It could be a thing. I mean, Universal funded Def Jam, and he has connections with Leor, so I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
because Tekashi's testimony on the stand was that he was gonna do this video. I think it was Gummo or Kuda. Gummo. And he recruited. He was intentional about reaching out and recruiting local gang members. And that's when Shotty popped up on the scene.
Yeah.
And was like, yo, what you want to do?
He had to give credibility to what he was trying to rep. Like, yeah, that stemmed from a beef with Trippie Redd. He had a beef with Trippie Redd who's
That was before?
Yeah, him and Trippie Redd were label mates. And they had a beef.
I didn't know that.
And Trippie Redd is known allegedly to be associated with Bloods. And so he said it on the stand as a diss. Gummo is a diss to Trippie Redd. So what's the biggest way to diss you? I'm gonna knock your set. Before he spoke to Shotty, he bought 30 bandanas. He said it. I bought 30 red bandanas and went to shooting Bushwick a video, and I was gonna put the bandanas on everybody. And then that's when they rolled up on him, like, and then they figured it out, and he got right.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Come on, man. They acting funny in these streets, man.
That's it.
But so yeah. Oh, all right. So snitching aside, all that, I think there's something to be said in like, what do we take from this? Like, what's there to leave? All right. So all right, whether you want to argue of whether the snitching is cool or not, whatever, all that other stuff, it just doesn't matter. What do we take from this? Like, where do we leave with? Okay, so we had a young man who came into the game. He ascended pretty quick. Promoted violence, promoted this, that, and the third, and then got locked up on a RICO case and testified on the stand. What do we take? What are young people supposed to take?
Look, man, as someone who's been kind of
on the stand,
I can neither confirm nor deny that. Listen.
I'm sorry, good. I'm trying to come home.
Look, I'm gonna be 100%, because I know a lot of people had a lot of comments on this, and a lot of like the OGs and some of the real gangsters out there. I know my son was talking about it. Hashtag my son. We trying to get views, right? Hashtag my son.
I'm not putting hashtag my son on the video, bro.
China Mac was talking about it. A few.
Ooh, you getting
China
hot
Mac.
now.
I'm trying to.
Naming big.
Oh yeah,
wigs.
hashtag Terror Squad.
Because Ice Cube has not been relevant as long as Fat Joe. FYI. Anyway, let me bring it back. There's a huge amount of hypocrisy going on right now as it relates to 6ix9ine, and we were talking about this off camera, right? Where 6ix9ine is clearly in the wrong for testifying on the stand against people with whom he made a plan to go do all of this. But no one's talking about Shotty. No one's talking about all the other people that were in play that were abusing this kid, right? So the audio was released. He got robbed at gunpoint. They ran into his house. His wife and kid is in the house. Like, those are rules. Those are also rules. You can't, families off limits. Spouses are off limits. Like, that's just, and they violated those rules, but we're only talking about Danny. I have huge problems with that, because for me, is 6ix9ine scared to go to jail? Absolutely. Is he not built for that kind of life? Absolutely. But I have to believe in some way he weaponized snitching. That was his get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't put a gun in Shotty's face. He couldn't rob or retaliate. So he did it the best way he knew how. You know what I'm saying? Which is why he's still a little defiant. Why he's still
Even
trolling.
on the stand, right?
On the
Even
stand, he's still trolling. He called Jim Jones a retired rapper.
Yeah. Jim Jones a retired rapper. He was saying he doesn't know what certain words mean and stuff. Yeah, I got you.
So he's doing that out of, hey, this was not okay. Like, if we all made this plan, why is the guy he named as Harv putting a gun in my face? Why is Shotty stealing money from me? So I feel like those things made it easier for him to tell. And so for me, the conversation happening in internet land is super interesting, because we're only talking about Danny, right? We're not talking about how foul all of these other things were. And they were pretty foul.
Super foul, but we all know what the cardinal sin is. Come on, we all know what the cardinal sin is. Don't act like you, don't act like you big and bad and all this other stuff. We know what the cardinal sin is. You don't get on to testify. You don't get on the stand and testify.
I'll give you that.
Robert De Niro and what is it, Goodfellas. You never rat on your friends.
They weren't his friends.
You was in the life, right? You was in the life.
I hear you. I do.
Don't mean friends got to be good to you. That you were in the life.
I understand. We will never have 6ix9ine on this podcast. I'm with you.
Nah, bring him on.
Well, we had a Spotify check. We need the Spotify.
I need all of those.
But
for the love of money.
In some way, you got to kind of sympathize with the guy and go, if he wasn't really a street dude and there was an unspoken arrangement made, I'm gonna make the music and I'm gonna break y'all off for cash. Don't do me dirty. Like, don't.
I can't sympathize with you, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I can't take the sympathy part. I kind of am more in line with what you're saying. But like I don't want to throw the sympathy card out there because like he was a stupid person. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. So I don't want to pull that card to give him an out. Yeah. But I mean, like you said, I never heard that one before. Weaponizing snitching. Yeah. I never heard that one before. That's a good one. But
man,
it's like you said, like he was in the life, but
fam, no.
But he wasn't. But he wasn't at the same time.
How
did some,
you're calling hits on people? You are trying to be part of this.
You're
trying to. I'm sorry. You're trying to be part. You're calling hits.
I give you that.
You over here. You on TV on TV on IG telling SMD and Chief Keef and I'm on his block and blah blah. Listen.
He was
the
on the
streets
block 4
do
in the morning.
exist. Don't let people lie to you and tell you the streets are a myth. They are not. They exist. Whether the rules are cool or not, that's on you to decide.
100%.
I'm not the judge of that. But I will say, the streets do. What do you think you're gonna get on IG and say all this foolishness and all this stupid stuff, and it's gonna fly? Like, for me, that's my takeaway. These kids are so. Because he set an example for kids to be so hell-bent on I'm going to do any and everything because it's just the internet. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? What are they going to do, catch me in real life? You can't
Was that really him, though? I mean, like, with this internet, just growing and growing and growing, I mean, even before he even popped up on the scene, people were still doing anything to put on the internet. Anything.
All right, come on, bro. But people wasn't doing that gangster stuff, bro. Ain't nobody do that gangster stuff, man. All right, my fault. Nobody had a platform like him. Sorry. Let me correct myself. His platform was crazy, and you promoted that. You thought you let it. You made it a thing to where like kids can talk this gangster stuff that aren't this gangster stuff. And you made it seem like it was cool. You made it seem like it's plausible or it's easy for somebody to just be like, yo, SMD, like on a like, no, bro. You will get popped in the mouth, bro. It's not just because you're 19, 18 years old and all you and your friends play like that. Everybody don't play like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The internet is the internet. Cool, we get like, and that's another thing that bothered me by this is because the kid was funny.
Yeah.
Danny was funny.
He was entertaining.
Danny was fun, bro.
Was
one of my favorite videos, and I plan on posting it every Valentine's until I forget it, is the video of him on the piano keys, laid out with a bottle of champagne while Jaded plays in the background. Hilarious. He's over here drunk over the piano. You're just leaving me, dipping out. I'm like, yo, that's hilarious, bro. Him dancing to Usher's "Gotta Let It Burn" while his security guard is holding an umbrella and he's in the rain. Hilarious. The kid was entertaining without having to be gangster.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you don't need to act gang. You don't need to portray an image to have entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to get, quote unquote, like the kids like to say, clout on IG, you don't have to be a goof. Like, you ain't gotta be gangster, bro. You can be funny. If you're entertaining, you're entertaining, period. You're not, like, most people that get a following from Instagram, they're entertaining. So if somebody gets a following, it's because they're entertaining. They don't have to be gangster.
Yeah.
The gangster part is not what's like, even somebody like Queen's Flip. I'm not saying Queen's Flip is not gangster. Queen's Flip is cool, whatever. He does his thing. I don't know anything about him. But
he's a gangster.
I don't know. He's
Shout
cool.
out to Queen's Flip.
He's cool. But what I'm saying, but I use him to say that even the aggressive stuff that he posts on IG, it's funny because it's not gangster. It's just like, all right, we're gonna do some funny stuff. I'm gonna rough you up and we're gonna laugh about it.
So you're saying the entertainment part is the draw, not the gangster stuff?
Absolutely.
I agree with. This is what I'm saying.
He's not over here because as if you watch Queen's Flip's podcast, we know he's. I don't want to say affiliated, but he knows certain people that, you know what I'm saying? He knows people that know people. Let's put it like that. And so if he wanted to play that card, I'm sure he can easily do it. But why doesn't he do it? Because he knows there's repercussions to that.
Correct.
He knows the streets are real.
Correct. So, all right. Let me ask you a question.
By all means.
All right.
It's a podcast.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. This is a trap. Do you think Shotty just found out that Tekashi's not a real gangster?
No.
Okay, so why would Shotty hold Tekashi 6ix9ine to those high standards?
That's a good question.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you was punking him. Y'all put guns in his face. You was skimming money off the top. The FBI investigation came down. Why did you expect anything? You expect him to stand tall? You knew he wasn't a gangster when you got him. You seen him in these situations. So
And that speaks more to Shotty than it does to anything or anybody else.
True, but now we gotta already cap the culture now and go, what was Danny supposed to do? And I'm being intentional, right? We were joking about this, about calling him Danny. What was he supposed to do? He's not a real gangster. He obviously got down with the gangs to further his marketing campaign or whatever. And they couldn't even honor the agreement. That's my beef. I think that's my beef. You're my backup.
You didn't keep it strictly business.
You're my backup.
But you didn't keep it strictly business.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to talk my gang stuff. Y'all back me up. We all make money.
No. You didn't keep it strictly business.
Who didn't keep it strictly business?
Tekashi.
How?
I'm sorry, Danny.
We going to call him Danny from now on.
Daniel,
all right,
yeah, my bad.
How he ain't keep it strictly business?
He didn't keep it strictly. The minute you start literally asking to have people hit,
that's true. I'll give you that.
And you used it for the sake of your career, because that's what you justified it by. Mm-hmm. Because you said, all right, we're gonna beef with Chief Keef. Everybody knows you don't play with Chicago dudes. Now we gonna play with Chicago dudes. Mm-hmm. And you told them to have your back, and so you tried to justify your foolishness by saying it's furthering your career. So you didn't keep it strictly. You tried. If it was just, all right, we're whatever association we are, and you're the artist, and you know you perform whatever. If you have any real situations, cool, we got your back. Don't go instigating anything.
All right.
And if you and the minute you choose to instigate something, I have to back you up.
Right.
You're a cash cow.
Right.
You're a cash cow. You're bringing me in. If I think they were saying if he makes $250 a show, you're giving the affiliation $70,000 to $80,000. Now out of $250, that doesn't seem much. $80,000 in the streets is bread. That's a cash cow.
But here's what I understand. First of all, I agree 100% with what you're saying. But if that's the same bait that you use to catch is the same bait you're going to have to keep using. So if your whole thing is, I'm going to use my backup to talk you got to keep doing that. How can you justify paying all of these gang members if there ain't no beef? What I got you around for? So back to my original point, there was an agreement. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be me. Y'all my backup. That's the business plan. That's the model, right? And so he's out there talking whatever he's talking. Can we just be honest, like, as a guilty pleasure? That was part of why I follow 6ix9ine. I wanted to see who he was trolling. Danny, my fault. I got a kick out of him just talking smack to people. Like, no one else is doing that.
Right.
And getting away with it. That Chicago video was hilarious. And I could care less that we eventually found out it was at 4 a.m. when nobody was.
We all knew that.
But
you
we
thought
didn't
that man was
care.
pulling up midday?
I know that. But it was so hilarious. See, this O-Block? This is O-Block? Yo, I loved it. It was like a sitcom. I loved it. But that was, what I'm saying is, that was the plan.
So listen, man, like you were saying, bro, the same bait that you use to catch him is the same bait that you have to use to keep feeding him. And so that leads to my point of, you ain't gotta be gangster to be entertaining.
True, but at least to my point, not to cut you off, if that's the plan, why y'all running in my crib taking my jewelry? We boys. I'm putting money in your pocket. Why are you skimming money? Why is Shotty skimming money off the top? And then He's getting, I think, on the Breakfast Club, the second interview he did.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite interviews, actually.
That was
I think it was a great interview.
That was crazy.
It's crazy that maybe a week later he got wrapped up in the feds, but I like that interview very much.
So the rumor has it that a day or two before that interview was when the feds stepped to him and told him the investigation, played him the audio with Jim Jones, who we now know was on the video, and Mel Matrix. And so that's when he was like, hold on a second. And he's fired everybody. And so again, I'm not saying he was right and justified. He should have snitched. We're clear snitching is wrong, right? But
that was Pastor Josh Olivero, by the way. I don't condone snitching.
Snitch, I don't. And just to
you
be
just
clear,
said snitch.
You throwing me under the bus. Which you
He said snitching is wrong.
You said, yo, call 1-800 Crime Stoppers right now.
What I'm saying is,
on the tip.
Here's why snitching is wrong. Since y'all want to take me there,
play that clip.
If
That's what
me
we
and
need.
you agree, we're gonna go break the law, right? Don't tell on me to get out of something we agreed to do. That's what I'm saying. Right? Like don't talk me into breaking the law, and then when we get caught, you throw me under the bus. Right? That was like an unspoken agreement we just made. That's the only thing I'm saying. To take it even further, if you're not in the streets, if you're not a criminal, if you're not a gang member, if you're not selling drugs, if you're not doing any, if you're a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, you're not a snitch if you call the police and tell on somebody. That's not snitching. Are we clear?
Apparently in our community it is.
Well, yeah, you're right, but I don't care about.
Yo, man, give me T.I., Jay. Give me T.I. from the top.
You know. So
turn me up. Turn him up. Turn him up.
Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip.
It's another kind of tip.
That's the T.I. or T.I.P.?
That's T.I.P.
That's T.I.P.
Make sure y'all call 1-800 Crime Stoppers. You can cut that out. That's what Pastor Josh Olivero is telling y'all. Call 1-800 Crime Stoppers.
If you're a tax-paying, law-abiding citizen and you call the police, you're not a snitch. If you try to get them punks off your stoop and out the front of your building so you can get in safely, you're not a snitch. But if me and you agree, we're going to go and do blah, 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 and then you get caught and you tell on me, that's snitching, that's not okay.
That is okay.
No, that's fine, yeah.
I'm joking. Because y'all agreed to do it, I agreed with that. Okay.
We agreed to what?
No, I'm saying, like, if two people agree to do something, they get caught.
Oh, I thought you said if people agree to snitch.
No. You shouldn't be snitching because you decided to do it.
Yeah, no.
But, no.
But they made a lot of money.
Who made a lot of, well, yeah, with the
Tekashi.
association, yeah. All right, so everybody
Shawty got paid.
But you know, it wasn't enough money. It wasn't enough money because here we had the Forbes list come out. You wasn't even top 20, kid. You wasn't even top 20.
That's
kid.
true. I didn't even think about that. He didn't even make the list.
Come on, man.
Danny didn't make the list.
Danny did not.
He didn't.
Nor
make the list.
Treyway.
It was little money?
Huh?
It was little money?
Little money?
Little money.
Small money, small bills?
Yeah, it was change. It was chump change.
It was
Chump
young money?
change? Yeah, it was
Young
it was
money.
chump change that we don't have, y'all. But speaking of
Fact.
snitches, I ain't gonna hold you. 2018, you can't tell me Kanye wasn't snitching. Listen.
What you mean?
Listen.
What you mean?
All 2018, Melly, they did a song together. He go to jail. 6ix9ine, song together. They go to jail. Daz want to say something crazy about him and Kim. All of a sudden, he locked up.
Daz?
Yeah.
Like from Daz and Corrupt?
Yeah.
He said something about who and Kim?
Kanye. All of a sudden.
For real?
All of a sudden, he get locked up. Come on, man.
Yo,
Pay attention. They got to open the third eye, dog. My man was out here, dog.
You think they was paying him to snitch?
Yeah, they had to be.
They had
man.
to because that mofo at the top right now, bro.
They had to be, dog.
Yo, my man, he had the top.
He's
that snitch money.
He was calling Crime Stoppers.
He's the internet plan, bro. I mean,
He
the
was
industry
taking-
plan.
He must have been taking cash rewards for the snitches.
He on Universal too, dog.
He employee of the month for Crime Stoppers.
But
But
man
yeah,
was going hard.
no man. But on a serious note, like yo, top of the Forbes list, you had Kanye, bro.
A lot of
First
controversy
time.
there.
Yeah, first time. So all right, so before we get like to the top of the list, I'm more not concerned, but I think something that I want to make note of, and if you could pull it up for me in a second, Jay. I think the last one was Pitbull. I think was number 20.
18 mil, some crate. Woo!
$18 million.
Pitbull has been pulling that in for like a good decade.
No, right, but here's my thing. So I think it was worth noting because just 2, 3, 4 years ago, number 20 on the list was maybe like $7 million. And let me not say that that's not a small amount, but I'm just saying, just to show the growth of hip hop, that your number 20, according to Forbes, your number 20's hip hop's cash cow was Pitbull with $18 million, bro.
That's crazy.
And then as you go through that list, you have Wiz and there was a couple other folks that are bringing in 19, 20, 21, and you're like, whoa, like, fam, I didn't even hear an album from these cats this last year.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's my first thought. That's crazy. Maybe it's because of the whole Spanish thing and the bald head thing. I was like, Pitbull? What's he doing on this list? He has dropped an album in I don't know how long. But to see that he's out, and I believe the number was 18 mil.
Yep.
That's a lot of money. Fam, that's a lot of money to not have an album out in 2018. Where's it coming from?
Vegas.
Just shows?
Probably in Vegas.
I'm gonna put that suit on him and make
He
a million
ain't
cents.
take that off since, dog.
bro. He went from being with Lil Jon to putting that suit on and ain't left it. He has kept that thing on.
That must be the Latin thing, man. They put this the suit on. The black people put the dress on.
What?
They never turn back.
They make black entertainers put the
They put the
female
dress
costume
on. Yeah, they
on,
put the female.
and Latinos gotta wear a suit.
They gotta wear the suits, man.
They put them in the pastor suits. Who else? You wanna read us off some names.
See, you got Nas at 19 million. Cardi B 28.
What?
And she was complaining. She was kind of like, yeah, all right, I made way more than that. I was like,
Her and Meek pulled in 21. Listen, they stupid. Every Forbes list that came out for me, if I was on, I'm like, yo, I ain't make none of that. I ain't make a dime. They lying.
Nah, man. Like, so Meek pulling in 20 plus. Cardi B pulling in 20. What you said, 28, right?
28.
$28 million. I think once again that's
a lot of money.
It's a lot. It goes to speak for the luxury that hip hop affords people. You know what I'm saying? Here you have somebody that went from a stripper, and no knock on that. You did what you did to make money. You went from a stripper to being a brand ambassador of Fashion Nova. To having a national televised commercial of Pepsi. That's nuts. Oh, and you only have one album out. You have one. Don't get me wrong. Album was dope, but you only have one album out, and so like for me, that just goes to speak how great hip hop is to our community, but just like how far it's grown. Like you've had, you know what I'm saying? Like we've gone from stories of like, you know, our favorite rappers literally being broke and going broke, or not even getting like their just due, to brands not wanting to mess with them, to now that's predominantly where the money's coming from.
Biggest genre.
It's not yet. That's another thing. It's the biggest genre in the world. In the world, like there is no genre bigger than hip hop. And so, going through this list, I was just rather impressed. A lot of people. The big argument is, you know, the Hove and Kanye.
How is Kanye making more money than Jay-Z? Jay-Z has like $1 trillion businesses. He just partnered with the NFL. Did Kanye drop an album I don't know about? Like, what is happening right now?
I don't know. We got the Kanye specialist over here. Kanye special reporter.
We brought in our Kanye analyst.
He told us he was snitching. What else was he doing?
No, but he dropped the album last year.
Ooh, the real hot one, huh?
He was 7 albums.
Am I too complex for complex?
He was
Yeah, that one.
He produced 7 albums, didn't he? It's a lot of money coming in. It's a lot of money.
And each of them has 7 songs.
Yeah, he spent all that money in Wyoming. That's what he did. He took everybody's budget and spent it on Wyoming and flying people out.
Facts, but
through Nas's listening party under Queensbridge Bridge. That's crazy.
Nah, man, it's the power of sneakers, I guess.
Where does Kanye make his money?
No, sneakers, bro. Like
Sneakers, that's it. Well, I'm not gonna say that's it, but sneakers.
Like, what's the percentage that he has with Adidas deal?
10%, I think.
So 10% of retail value?
Yeah. Well, that's what Forbes said, I believe. It's 10% of the retail. They sold 1.5 billion sneakers.
Bro, add that up, like Hov would say.
But, so, all right. Is Forbes counting non-entertainment money?
Yeah, sneakers.
Yeah, sneakers.
So how...
And Diddy's on the list, too.
So are we... So we're factoring in Jay's... Where's Jay on the list?
Second. $80 million.
80 to 150 mil?
Yeah, a little 70 million margin.
A little something.
That's crazy.
Listen, man. Listen, we don't know what the Forbes reporter was counting, so I don't know if I believe that. I'm not saying I believe it.
Yeah.
It's a nasty number,
Yeah.
but that's fine. You keep tax people away from Hov.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about that.
June 18th to June 2019, that was the year.
That was the year they counted.
I have questions. Like, did he make... Is that for him, or did he generate... You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that's
Well, this is pre-taxed.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So supposedly this is everybody's gross. Like,
because Jigga has his hand on a lot of businesses.
no, I know. They say that this is what they gross, not what they netted themselves.
Still, Jay has been a businessman for a long time now,
Right.
making a lot of money outside of the entertainment business.
Right.
He just reached $1 billion. How is he generating enough money to make $1 billion? And Kanye's outselling him with sneakers?
That's what they say.
It's a little hard to believe. I would have to look at the metrics. Like, how is Forbes measuring?
You know, all right, so this is the one thing that we're not taking into account, right? The reason why we're not equating for most of his money. The sneakers is dope, but what's really pushing him over the top is the tithes and offerings he's taking from his Sunday services.
Here we go.
What you mean? What
Here
you
we
mean?
go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
We've been putting on a show for a year and some change now every Sunday, talking about he's saved now and whatnot.
Nah, but the weird thing about Sunday service, it's like it goes like in and out of style for some reason. Like he was doing it since like January, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. Nobody's saying anything. Like they say a few clips. Oh, what's Kanye doing? Okay, whatever. And then like Sunday, silent.
Mm-hmm.
The Coachella comes around. So what is he doing with the Sunday service? He's like he's using the gospel, blah 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 blah. And then silent. And now it's picking back up steam for some reason. It's just like it goes in and out. It's like, what is he doing?
Him, though.
What is he doing? No. Okay. What is he doing? No. And now, what is he doing in church? He's been doing this all year.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, that's designed by him though, because all the other Sunday services.
How was it designed by him? Kim posted every week.
That's him. That's his wife. You're one with your wife.
Yeah, but she has.
Yes, but
like,
what I'm saying is she posted every week since it started.
Her following
People
is
get
crazy.
riled up.
Yeah.
And then they don't care for 2 months and they get riled up. She's posting it consistently.
Yeah, but nobody's seeing it. You don't care. You see little clips. Nobody cares. And then when you do Coachella, yeah, you do 3 hours with a bug-eye lens. I didn't know what I was looking at for 3 hours. And then you put DMX on Sunday service, over here praying, barking and stuff during the prayer. Like, of course I'm gonna get around though. What you mean? He brought the whole puppy pound out that day.
You're being sacrilegious right now, bro. You can't make fun of the dog.
The dog or the word?
That's
So what
DMX.
happened after that?
So then it got quiet again. And
Doing
then-
the same
and then-
thing.
and then you know why it really got hot?
Clips is up. Full clips is up
You
on
know
YouTube.
why it got hot.
Why
I got hot.
You know why it got hot?
Why?
Because my guy, Genuine Dog, they did the So Anxious remix and it blew up everywhere. Crazy. You haven't heard the So Anxious remix, dog? Yo, dude. So they remixed So Anxious into a gospel song. I swear. And it's called, instead of So Anxious, it's called Souls Anchored. And so, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know a lot of the lyrics, but I know that part of the hook, it's like, and every single day you're worthy, to you we give the glory, and our souls anchored. It's hot! That joint hot. I listen to it all the time.
My man text me in the wee hours of the morning, like, yo, you heard what they did with Kanye Sunday Service? I'm like, why you watching Sunday Service, dog? And he was like, nah, they did the genuine.
Wait, no. What's the version? I sent you a version of something else that they did. Father Stretch My Hands.
Oh yeah.
So recently he went to a church in Georgia, and he took their choir. Not took them, but he used their choir, bro. I could only watch 20 minutes of it because it was just a bit. I can't take too much worship music. Yeah. But they did the Souls Anchored, and they Kanye has a song called Father Stretch My Hands, but like the gospel version was fire. Yeah. So I told Jordan, I was like, yo, Jordan, you ain't here, da-da-da. He's like, you watching Sunday service? You wild? I was like, yo, that joint was hot. He's like, yo, back up, like, don't don't go past that.
Don't join the cult,
right? But on that Sunday service where he was in Georgia in Atlanta. So my only gripe with that was he did like a mini sermon, and it was weird.
That's what threw me off of it, because before, whatever clips I would watch, like I never seen like a full one, or probably except for the Coachella one. But like he always will say like some inspirational stuff, like what Kanye always does. You know, try to bring me down, blah 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 blah. But I always rise up. I'm Jesus, and all that, right? So, but that was it. It was like, mind you, again, I haven't watched the full one, so maybe he has done these long sermons or rants or whatever. Yeah. But that thing in Georgia, I was like, come on, man. Like he got his eyes closed, and I'm like, come on, man. Just stick to the music. Like, you're losing me. Stick to the music.
Yeah, man. He gave a sermon, and it was just weird coming from him. Like, and he messed up at one point, and I think he cussed actually, or he almost cussed or something like that. He's like, oh, my bad. Like, that's the way the Lord gave me the word. Like, wait, what? I had to double back on that. Like, I had to cut it off, man. And then like,
it's too much.
It's too weird, bro. Like, you just went from saying slavery was a choice, you went to wearing MAGA hats, like, you know what I'm saying? And now you're telling me that you're saved by Jesus. Jesus is King is your album. You're changing So Anxious into Souls Anchored, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. And then you're on stage with a Bible the whole time, bigger than yours. Like, just...
And mine is big.
Right, pause. But...
Wow, you just not just... Yo, come on, man. You did not just pause that.
Nah.
All right.
But nah, yo, dude, he's walking around and he's getting on his knees and he's singing. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, you're like, how you go from Trump supporter to Joe Osteen? Like, you're killing me, bro. Like, you're just killing me right now.
Joe probably a Trump supporter.
Facts.
I don't know. He probably is.
He supports hurricanes too. Like.
Lock the church up. Put the fortress up.
He was glad Dorian ain't hit Texas that bad.
They coming.
Here's why I'll surprise the both of you. I'm super inclined to give Kanye the benefit of the doubt here. I'll tell you why. Because there's another conversation taking place within what I'll call Christian hip hop, right? So Christian hip hop has a lot of dope artists, Lecrae, Andy Mineo, KB, Tripley, Thizzle, Bizzle, all these guys, right?
My nizzle.
I'm not gonna say that, but here's the conversation that's taking place.
Gotcha.
These Christian hip hop artists are dope, like production wise, like they've stepped up their game big time. They're putting out dope music. But if I were to take like a Trip Lee song or a Bizzle song and play it for somebody from my hood, it's gonna go right over their heads. they're not gonna get it. They can't relate to it. There's so much Christianese being spoken. It's not gonna impact them. But then you get someone like Chance, the rapper, or Snoop Dogg released a gospel album.
Yeah, he did.
Or Kanye, who's communicating Christian truths in layman terms. And he's drawing a crowd. You get what I'm saying? He's being more effective than most Christian hip-hop artists. Because he's being so, I dumb down for my audience and double my dollars, right?
They criticize me for it.
But they all yell.
Holla.
So Kanye, I feel like, he is where he is. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say there's something going on in his soul. And he's just expressing himself where he is. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's just say for the sake of an argument, he's having an encounter with God. He's a layman still, and he's communicating in that way. So he's doing things like cursing and going, that's the way he gave me the word, right? For me, I think that's okay, because that's where he is. Wherever you are, there you are, right? But the Christian community is going to be like, Kanye's doing Kanye right now. He's using the faith for monetary gain. I understand that. And that might be the case. But for right now, I want to give Kanye a lane. I want to give him a pass and go, let this dude keep exploring himself. And I hate that I'm giving him props right now, because I do not like Kanye West. But he's never... Huh?
How you not like the GOAT?
I don't like the GOAT. He's not even the GOAT. But I will say this about him. He's never been a liar. You get what I'm saying? Like, he will always say whatever he wants to say, whatever he feels. If it hits, it's because I guess that's the wave. But he'll also put on the MAGA hat when he knows that's not the wave. You get what I'm saying? He knew that wasn't the wave, but that's how he was feeling at the time. So he's going, yo, this is where I'm at right now. And I respect that about him more than anything else. Like, I respect that whatever it is, wherever he is, that's where he is, and he's going to make it known. And I just feel like he's going out of his way to go from so anxious to so anchored. That's a lot of work, dog.
That's fire.
And contrary to popular belief, Christianity is not the wave. There's nothing cool about it in terms of like the secular world and making money. That's not the wave.
Secular is the regular world, y'all.
Yeah, there you go. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just proved my point. I'm sitting here as a pastor going, using Christian terminology, secular. Kanye's not doing that. He's going, I'm going to communicate the way I know how. And he's just putting on these shows. Could he morph into something else and make his presentation more Christian mature? Probably. But where he is right now is where he is. And he's being more impactful than some of the Christian artists that are dope. It's just, we have a way of talking over people's heads because we're so entrenched in where we are. And Kanye's not into that. And the people are being more, here's what I'll close with this. People are more impacted by Chance the Rapper, Snoop Dogg, and Kanye West with things regarding the Christian faith than the Christian hip-hop artists that exist today. What do you do with that other than to go, then let them reach the masses? Maybe Kanye's just the entry point. You get what I'm saying? Like, maybe Kanye's just, he's bringing them in. And then they'll mature into something else, but that's where he is right now. I'm inclined to give Kanye the benefit of the doubt. He's never been, from my perspective, and y'all can tell me different, Kanye's a lot of things. He's not a liar. Like, he's always been Kanye.
Man, bump on it. Now I'm playing with you. Now I'm with you. Like, my whole thing is, like, I've totally felt awkward about it, but at the same time, it's a matter of, who am I to say what he's doing, what he's conjuring up? Like, what if, like you said, what if what he does reaches the masses and so you lead to a revolutionary movement of people leading to become believers?
Correct.
So that can be a thing too. I'm not here to judge. It's just all, like, it's tough to digest. That's what I think. That's rather. I think that's what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to digest because all these changes have been so quickly. It's not like Kanye has disappeared and like, he went through whatever he went through. Now he back in the game. Like, this is his approach now, but at least he took some time off to think about this change. It just feels like he's just constantly, like you said, where he is where he is at the moment, and he lets that be known. It's weird to digest that. You know what I'm saying?
Is it though?
See,
and I want to go to you, but I'll do it this way. No, because I want to go to Jordan, but I want to go with him this way. Is it though? He made Jesus walks a long time ago.
I know. Argue about his facial features.
I know.
We're here to convert atheists into believers.
I know.
I'm just trying to say the way school need teachers, the way Cassidy need a regis. That's the way I need Jesus.
I understand. I understand the perception.
Shout out Ron Fest.
Facts.
What I'm saying is,
scratch that.
Kanye, and I'm a full disclosure, I could be reaching here. Kanye has all the markings of a Christian believer. I'll tell you why. He made Jesus walks, and he admittedly said, they told me talking about Jesus wouldn't sell no records. And then the second piece would be, he's so different from any other rapper because he's emotionally vulnerable. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's always like, yo, this is where I am. He makes no bones about his mental health issues. We wouldn't even know that he has mental health issues if it wasn't for him saying, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of vulnerability that hip-hop's not used to. And now he's doing Sunday services. So is Kanye being different, or has this always been Kanye?
Go ahead, Jay.
The thing about this is, it didn't come out of the blue. I think that's the part that people are missing. But like, I'm not going back like to Jesus Walks, like because everybody likes to bring that up, whatever, cool. But like, everything he did this past year and this year, it's the same thing he did when Jesus was coming out, 2013. It's the same. Like, the parallels are the same thing.
That's what I'm saying, though. You try to reach us when you got an album to sell, bro.
And yeah, but it's been consistent after that. Like, during Jesus, he wanted to adopt the Confederate flag. That was his thing. Like, that was his goal. We got to take the sting out of the Confederate flag. So he would have the Confederate flag on his merch and all this. But he was walking around with the What Would Jesus Do bands on all year. Like, from like during his tour, everything. And then his whole tour was, it had, I don't want to say it was like a Christian tour, but it had religious imagery in it. And then
you got religious merch. That's what he got.
You look at that was 2013. It's the same thing with The Life of Pablo to now. But now it's just on a bigger scale, like where people are pissed off at him. Because like, instead of the Confederate flag, it's something new and fresh in our minds of the MAGA hat. You want to take the sting away from the MAGA hat, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And his thing was now, going on rants about Trump and politicians and everything, like stuff like, to me personally, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But like, it's certain things they trying to go on now, and now he has the religious aspect to it now. Is with the Sunday service. All this is a parallel. Like, we've seen this all before, but nobody got mad then. But everybody's getting mad now because it's on a bigger scale. Like, he said, I want to, like, West is my slave name, and everybody's just going off on him. He said the same thing in 2013.
That's a fact. That's what I'm saying.
So it's just, I don't want to say it came out of the blue, because he's been really having this all in his head since 2013. Because I saw a clip on Twitter where, again, 2013, like, he was talking about, like, I'm a build a church, I'm gonna do all this stuff in regards to religion, and we're seeing it 6 years later. Now, I never saw that clip until a few days ago.
He ain't build no church though.
But what he's saying is what I'm saying.
That it's been rooted in him.
The casual follower has been caught off guard.
Yeah.
But Kanye has always been Kanye. And because of that, I can't judge this man right now. Because he's always displayed, wherever I am, that's where I am. So I have no choice but to go, I believe him. I believe that he believes that's where he is right now.
Gotcha.
And so I can understand why the Christian community would be up in arms. So he's using this for financial gain or to make much of himself. Okay, but as someone who understands who Kanye is somewhat, I'm gonna reserve judgment and be like, I believe that he believes that's where he is right now, and that's who he is right now. And so I did listen to, I didn't catch the So Anxious one.
That joint hot.
That was a dope song. I gotta check it out now. But I caught the whole, he remixed a Pharrell song. He did a few joints, and then I caught the Atlanta joint where he was preaching, and he was theologically off, but
Theologically just means according to Bible and religion, y'all.
yes, yes, but he's being him, and I think that's my overall point.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's trying
can't knock that.
to gas anybody or to trick anybody, or I don't think it's a facade.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't expect him to go up on stage and give us, you know what I'm saying, freaking the best word that we. Yeah, like you said, like where you're at is where you are. Like,
Yes.
I'm not knocking that. So yeah, I guess it can be true. It's just you're not ready for that, man. I know you Kanye and all, but there's a skill to that, bro.
I hear you.
There's a skill to that, and so I think it should just be leave it alone until you got it down packed. But I love the music.
Is he really like ready for anything he does?
On time, every time.
Make
that
guy
joint
comes
too
every
hot,
day.
yo.
Yo, just for a joking moment,
Right.
where's Kanye on your top 5? Yeah,
Wait, top 5 what? Like it depends on what
Rappers.
top 5.
rap, hip hop.
We're
Where's
not even-
Kanye on your Ebro list?
I just tell you, I just tell you what for him. It's how KRS said it. I'm number 1. No, sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Ooh.
That's
Okay.
Kanye from.
That's Kanye for
Gas
you?
it. Don't gas it. No. So like it's like just like rap artists, right? Like just like we're not talking. So overall,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he in the top 5.
It's not a question. I told you we got the Kanye reporter over here.
He in the top 5.
Gotcha.
All right, gentlemen. I think we'll wrap it up for today. It was good to come back. I liked it. We got
to
a
be
couple
back.
topics. We got to talk about your boy Danny Boy. We got to talk about the Forbes list. We got to talk about Kanye's Sunday service and how we feel. We got a word from the pastor. He gave us a nice little rant, and I liked it. We're gonna give you guys weekly episodes of this. We're gonna talk about, like I said, we break anything and everything hip hop down. So sometimes it's recent events, sometimes it's older events, sometimes just old stuff, old topics, album reviews, whatever. If you guys have any ideas or any suggestions that you guys want to hear us talk about, shoot it to us. Write in the comments, DM us. Thank you for listening. If you listen all the way through, how far into this are we?
We are 1 hour in.
Exactly an hour?
Exactly an
I like
hour.
this. This is the cutoff that I wanted anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys went through the whole hour, I appreciate you. I love you guys. You can follow the podcast itself at Deeper Than Rap on IG, Deeper Than Rap Podcast on IG. You can follow me personally on IG, Big Kev 92, BIGKEV 92. Pastor Josh, if you want to hit him.
At Josh_Olivero.
Jordan, hit me with your social.
Shit.
I think it's at the real Jordan Santos IG, I think.
Listen, y'all know I didn't make it, man.
No, you got it. You got it. So, yeah, guys, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll holla at y'all, man. Take it easy.